Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we will look into this props modeling in Maya. So we will try to block it first, then we will go into the details later on. And first we want to analyze this image. Probably this image seems like uh, a gadget. It's like a camera and it has some lenses, some control board units here, some knobs, and this, and the other part looks like the part of the same prop. It is sitting on some other section. So basically we will try to block this first in Maya. So let's start it. So I'm using Maya 2020. Started, and in the tutorial I will try to analyze the loops, the the flow of edges and everything. Let's close this. Yeah, sometimes really this gets stuck. So first of all, this is the image. I am using a app called PureRef to keep all my images here, so it is quite handy. So PureRef is free and you can download it from the PureRef website. And along with this information, so right now I'm using this guy and PureRef. So let's export this image. I have selected it. Let's export it, and I'm exporting it here. Now export. Now I will try to block this image inside the Maya, and first I will create a camera from this create menu, create camera, and I will put the camera name is cam block, and first go to the camera view. So this is the cam block thing, and now I'm looking through the camera everything, and I'm selecting the camera and going to the attribute editor, and here we will go to the environment and I will create the image plane. So in this image plane here, this is the tab. In this image plane node I will call the image which I had exported from PureRef, this guy. So let me go to the place. So this is the image now, and I will switch on this look through camera and close it. So my image has come inside Maya, but I'm looking it through the camera. See, this is the cam block here. You can see I need to block it. So few things first. So we don't know the scale of this model. The very important thing in this model that we need to understand what is the scale of it. It is 2 feet, it is 3 feet, or it is like 1.5 feet size. So we will assume, and we have no information regarding this, so we will assume that uh, any person can hold this guy in his hand. So this is my assumption scale for this. So let's bring a human model here. So we have a inbuilt few characters. Go to content browser, we will create this, we will get this model in the Maya. So it has come here. So this is how it looks. So my camera should be the size of kind of this much. So it can, this guy can hold it. So this could be the scale of this. And now I will group it and I will try to bring this guy on the top of the grid. My model should be sitting above the grid. So I'm just trying to block it. So these are the pre-steps that we need to do before we start the actual modeling. See, now my model is, the part of the model is going inside the image plane and some part it is getting obscured by the image plane. So what we can do is we can select the camera and we go to attribute editor and we can go to the depth option. Depth is here. So it is changed. Now we are trying to keep it like this. So time being, I can keep this human model in a layer and switch it off. So I am pressing the slash button below the backspace button and middle mouse button, and I'm trying to bring everything in the center. This is called 2D pan. This thing is called 2D pan. It is, so I'm using the backspace, not backspace, the button below the backspace and my middle mouse button. So I'm going to see through the wireframe. Switch off the grid. See, this is not actual any real model, real prop. So it is a concept art, and I believe that the perspective, I can explain in this way. The perspective of this and this could be different because it is handmade, it is a drawing, and this angle and this angle could be different. So what we can do is we will take a suggestion from this image and I will try to match it visually. We will do the lot of eyeballing to make a replica of this model, but we can't do the exact replica. So we will consider this as a model of the model and we will focus on this side, not on the other side. So we have to understand few things. So we will block it as a box here, and the bigger box is this, and second small box is sitting inside a cavity. So these are my bigger objects. There is a circular structure just going inside. There is a small knob kind of structure is here. So basically we have 4 elements which need to be blocked. Start. So now my camera says that the default focal length is 35, so try to make it 55, and we'll try to block it. So I'm trying to match this guy, this section, this highlighted section, and this with this. So we have a multiple approach to do this. So what we can do is, this is kind of playing with the values, playing with the mouse and alt. Now you select the camera and press D and C together and snap your camera on the top of this model here. Sorry, so it just slipped out. So what I did is select the camera, press D and C together, it is snapping. Now I am scaling it down. I'm scaling down the camera. So see how it is. This guy is matching, but here I see that it is deviating from the place. But anyway, we need to try it with a different approach. Oh. So I'm toggling between the wireframe and the shaded mode. So this box is kind of matching. Let's block the other guys. So what I can do is I can select the camera and lock it. So by any mistake, if I move my camera, it will not destroy the blocked one because it is locked. See, it is locked. And we are above the grid. This is the front, this is the side. A little above the grid, so we can just bring it down a little. Let's check it is not compromised. Now let's save this file. Saving the file is a good habit. So what I do is I duplicate the model, Shift D, and I scale it down here. Before I scale it, I bring my pivot point here and I will just scale the second model. I'm trying to keep this model here. It's my second block. This could be like this. So it looks like this. And the circular part, So I will put the subdivision axis 8. You will keep the very minimum value here, so 8 is a good number. So when you, why 8 is a good number, because when we smooth it, it becomes 16 and it becomes perfect round. So let's make it 8. Put the pivot point at the center and we will start keeping it somewhere here. Now scale it. See, if my box is matching here, but this lens area is not matching, see, the perspective is completely off. So we knew this from before because it's a hand-drawn thing. We will take the suggestion from the image and we will do our model. So let's scale it and match the diameter. We will start doing some basic manipulation in the model. We're going to insert edge loop. So this must come here. This must come here. See, this section has been moved till this part, we assume. So let's increase the subdivision to 16 to for better understanding how much roundness we require, how much depth is required. So in perspective, this is appearing like this, and we are focusing on the right side of this section. Right side means right side of the screen. So we are focusing on this part, not this part. So once we are done with this section, we will flip on the other side and we will make the model complete. So in order to do this center of this round structure should appear at the center of this boxy model. So let's find out the center of this box. So we can click here and we will get a center of this. Oh, this too we don't require, time being we can delete it and switch on the wireframe or shaded mode, and I will snap this thing center of this to center of cylinder to the center of the box. Now I will try to move in the camera view. So see, it is not matching in the camera, but at least we can bring the look and feel of this model with the suggestion of the image. So at the initial level, it is quite tough to understand, you know. So if I compare few things at this level, this area, there is a space here, there is a space here, but and this slant thing is coming till the center of this lens, almost at the center, but my slant is stopping here at the edge. It should come at least here, then like this should work like this. So we have lot of problematic areas that we need to find a solution. So there is this structure at the almost at the middle, and this the head of this box, it is crossing almost at the center. My box is here, and the center is this guy here. So at many places it is not matching, it is this guy is not matching. So we will change our approach. Let's try. How can we do this? So here we can see that it is, yeah, it is based on the image plane. My model, my wireframe is almost there, but when I compare with the real photograph, it is nowhere close to this. So let's manipulate. Let's cut this guy. So I will create a cavity first. So here is the cavity. So temporarily, if I delete this, so we can see this, that the smaller box is sitting here. So it seems like it has come out, this has gone on this axis. Okay. So let's push it up. So it has lot of error and trial method. At this phase, I can delete the half of this model. And the structure, this area is quite flat. Just a moment. This area is quite flat. A bigger slant, and this area has a bevel, right? So we will create a this flat area here. We need to understand if this is flat and there is corner also. Let's try to understand through the model how we can approach. So we will duplicate this part and hide the first one. So this edge we need to make a flat surface here. So I'm adding a bevel. So I will try to make this bevel in such a way that it should match my concept art image till a good extent. So we have created this flat surface here. These two edges are very close, so I'm deleting this time being. Snapping it here in this corner. It has two vertex. I'm merging it. I'm switching this guy on. I'm duplicating this model again to keep as a backup. So I will focus on this part of the model. I can delete the back part. This is my front. So I can predict a problem area here. So temporarily, if there is a bevel, just it's a quick test. If this is my bevel, then how in perspective in the camera view this looks good, but in this angle it will create a void here. So how we can address this? how we can address this. This is round and this is flat, so we don't have any other angle so that we can understand how does it look from the back side. We have no idea. Okay, so we can just bring it like this. We can slightly compromise it, removing the edges. Let's see. So how can we do? How can we fix this? Yeah, so these kind of problems we can face when concept art mm, is made without considering how does it look in the perspective. So this is one area where I feel there is a problem, because as long as we are keeping our model in this angle, this looks almost good, okayish, but from this angle there is a void, there is a gap, and we can't afford this. Let's create a bevel, basic bevel. So I can see a difference here also. This angle and this angle are different. So what we can do is we will take our own creativity to address this, and we will match the look and feel of the model, but we can't match exactly how it is made in the concept art. But they will always stay around the concept art, always. Um, okay, let's move ahead. Okay, so this is a kind of a roadblock for us. So how to understand the structure? So we will attempt this blocking in the next part, and see you in the part 2 of this tutorial. Thank you, and don't forget to share and like it and comment it what kind of tutorials you want to know, you want to see. Then based on your comments I will add more tutorials. Yep. Thank you. Cheers.